But I think that gay people are a blessing. That's me. I think they're a blessing because I think that God placed us special to live the life that we live so that we can impact somebody else. Now that I do believe.
Right. I just don't get how still there's straight people who believe that this is a choice, that over 14 million or half of America that is gay are choosing to be a part of a lifestyle that is ridiculed and hated so much upon. How can you still be ignorant enough to think that 14 or however many gay people
guess
are
what? Shame
here?
on them. Y'all better not say nothing bad.
Yeah. But I want to ask. Go ahead.
Go ahead and say what you're gonna say.
I want to ask Jeremy.
Go ahead.
Jeremy, can you pray or wash the gay away?
Can I pray this away?
Yes.
What I feel like as far as the gay, I'm gonna tell you what I feel like. In my mind, I feel like it's a spirit. Women. See, now you know what.
Go ahead.
You're like, oh,
I do feel like God made me. He knows who I am, and when God has decided that He is ready for me to change, if it's my desire to change, then He'll do that for me. I do believe that. That's in my mind. In my heart, I believe that God will deliver me from that when it's that time, if that time comes. If I'm satisfied with who I am and I don't want to change, then that's fine. But I do believe that God has all power and He can do anything that I asked Him to do.
I have a question.
Wait, can I get clarification? So you're saying it can be you can't have it?
What that you
pray it away and wash it away?
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to get clarification.
I think that it can happen if that's your desire for it to happen.
So I have a question for you.
That's very interesting.
Do you want to be prayed the gay away from you?
I got some anointing oil in my bag. I got the anointing oil. I keep my own. The only reason I asked. No, you said what was your question?
I said, do you personally, Jeremy, would like for one day for the gay to be prayed away from you? That's what you're saying. Then I just want to make sure.
Do I want the gay to be prayed away?
Yeah.
From you personally.
I think that I would like to be. I have been talked about all my life for being gay, and it's hard. You have to build some strong skin, and like they said, and I should have had strong skin to accept these comments, because when you're being talked about so much, all your life, you should have tough skin when you're a gay male. You know what I'm saying? It's like you built a different way. But do I desire to? Yes, I do desire to have children. I do desire to be married, have a wife. I desire to have that. Not everybody got to do that. That's what I like to have. And I do believe that God will do that in His time when He gets ready. But in the meantime, between time, I'm going to keep living my life as I am until God, because He's the only one that can change it. He's the only one that can do it. I have tried it for myself.
Well, this is where I have the problem, because you know how everyone is always saying,
let Hector talk.
You know how everyone is always saying that, oh, I put it in God's hands, I put it in God's hands. Well, when you put it in God's hands, that does not mean for you to stop the battle and stop trying to get to where you're supposed to be. You understand?
Of course.
So in your situation, if this is the lifestyle that you want, ultimately, then you really don't want it, because you're not pushing yourself in the right direction. You're saying this is what you want, but I don't see you trying to stay away from the gay clubs.
But you
stay away from gay men.
But you don't
go on dates with females. I don't see that. You're not making the effort, but you want the change.
Right, and that's true. That is true. But you don't know the relationship that I have and the desire that I have, and you don't know what preparations I've made to not go to the gay club or to not do the sex. See, you so nasty.
Look, let's say that though.
Are you gonna say that?
Didn't say that. Jeremy. I'm glad y'all started laughing. Jeremy. German,
and I want my short hair today, so I
gonna go there.
No, I stop right there.
I think it's very interesting because I want to call out the Chronicles of Petty underscore is asking us to talk about how do you feel about the gay man Miles on Love and Hip Hop Hollywood being DL, going back and forth with his girlfriend and finally coming out despite the fact that he knew he was going to be on TV, or do you think it was just for storyline purposes? That leads into, there's a scene on Love and Hip Hop Hollywood that's coming up for next week where he's sitting down with a female, I don't know if it's the mother or not, and they're talking about God is going to pray this away from you and something along those lines. I'm going to speak for myself real quick. I don't think that it's a choice for me being gay. I don't think it's a choice. Because if it was a choice, I would choose not to be gay because of the opposition that I receive from my black folk and from the rest of the world.
Stop right there, I'm gonna let you continue. How many people here feel the same way he felt just now? Honestly, that if they had their choice basically to be straight or gay, you would definitely choose to be straight 100%.
If I had the choice,
agree? Yeah.
If I had the choice,
that's what you basically just said, right, Papa?
Yeah.
That basically, if he had the choice because of all the ridicule he gets and receives as a gay male, if you had the choice right now, God gave you the choice, my child. If you want to be gay, you be gay. If you want to be straight, since you said it's a demon, I cast this demon off of you. From this point, you walk out this door, you will meet a girl, blah, blah, blah. Which one would you choose?
I'll be straight.
I'll be straight. Okay. And that's what I said. And I got a whole bunch of bull.
Because that's what you just said.
When I said,
what about you, Tyrone? Would you be straight?
I will be straight. But let me go back on one thing you said. You said when you put your things in God's hand, sometimes that doesn't coincide with what you want. People gotta understand that sometimes when you put things in God's hand, maybe it's fine the way it's is. Maybe you don't need to be changed because we think sometimes society say we have to be this way and we not this way, then we're wrong. But don't think that, okay, I want this new car, this BMW. If God give you a Kia, be happy with the Kia. Just because it's not a BMW.
Oh, I'm not saying that. No, what I'm saying is in that time though, I am satisfied.
What God said, you're fine the way you are. You don't need a wife.
If God said that I'm fine,
kids.
Right. And guess what? Then I'm fine with that. You know what, Tehran, people that have cancer, diabetes, whatever, they didn't choose to have those things. That's what came on their lives. So they take that stuff and they accept that and they move on. They put their best foot forward. So whatever place that I'm in my life, I am content. I can say that whatever situation I'm in my life, I'm content with whatever God has allowed, because ultimately I do believe that God allows it to happen. That's what I believe. You know what I'm saying? But I do know that I don't think that it was a choice for me to live this lifestyle. It's a choice for the people that I slept with. But I don't think that, like he said, I didn't just say that, okay, you know what, the bisexual male or the male that had a wife and kids and he's wanted to go with a woman, he chose to step outside of his marriage and date this man because that probably was in his mind all along, but he did try to do the right thing. And so society said he tried to do the right thing and go with his people and do all of that, so he chose to step outside to do that. I didn't choose that, but I think that gay people are a blessing. That's me. I think they're a blessing because I think that God placed us special to live the life that we live so that we can impact somebody else. Now that I do believe. Right. I do believe that he set us aside. I believe he set us aside. He made us so that we can encourage somebody else along the way through our situations. It has plenty of people that have died, gay men, like you said, that didn't live to see 32. I had two friends that left this earth. One was 29, one was 30. They didn't make it to see 32. And they were beautiful people. But their time on earth was done. But you know what? They impacted so many people's lives in their time frame. So we don't realize that, but I think God has set aside those gay people. So I embrace the fact that I am who I am and that what God has allowed me to do because I love everybody. I do.
You know what I think is so ignorant is that there's so many gay people in the world right now, and more coming out every day because it's now a comfortable subject to discuss in an open public forum. I just don't get how still there's straight people who believe that this is a choice, that over 14 million or half of America that is gay are choosing to be a part of a lifestyle that is ridiculed and hated so much upon. How can you still be ignorant enough to think that 14 or however many gay people are
shame
here?
on them.
I think it's because they just don't know. And the reason why I say that is at my job. How can I rephrase this?
Too late.
Yeah, too late. At my job, because I'm never gonna tell. Anyways, at my job, everyone thinks that I am straight. Okay.
At my job,
I don't have. I knew you were gonna. I knew y'all was gonna fall back up, but it's all right though. It's all right though. It's all right though.
I don't think so.
It's all right though.
No.
But it's so much to the point to where all the guys want to talk about. Thank you. I haven't seen my candy in a minute.
Oh, that's yours?
All the guys want to talk about the girls that we're sitting next to, how they're so cute, pussy this, titty this, da da da. And then the mothers and the wives want to talk about their experiences with their men and so forth and so on. But they'll sit there and have legitimate conversations about how just today actually. And then to this point, I actually thought she was cool, but she kind of opened my mind to how cool she is not.
Wow.
She made a blatant comment about how God made man and a woman. Man has a stick, female has a hole. That is the purpose of life. She stated that there is no reason why a man would lay with a man. She said, I don't understand why they make these choices in life to do that when God says that we are supposed to be with a female. These are the thoughts and some of the reasonings behind why, who was I talking to? I was talking to TC. Why I don't connect with a lot of straight individuals. Why I don't even waste my time going to a lot of straight venues or whatever. Not saying that all straights think this way or whatever the case may be. But generally speaking, just overall, I don't have anything to just, like, case in point, all of the straight dudes, all they want to talk about is females, pussy, who they fucking tonight. That's not what is on my mind at all. And so for me, there are a lot of people, like you said, that feel that it is a choice, that feel that we are deciding to be the way that we are. The only thing I think that's a choice in this situation is who we sleep with.
That's it.
Okay? Other than that, for me, speaking for me, it's naturally embedded in me how I feel when I see a nice chiseled Morris chestnut on Rosewood running along the beach.
Like you.
Sweating. Right.
Like
So
me.
you know what I'm saying? And then you have Taraji P. Henson come on and she slapped her ass on Empire. That didn't move me in any way. But I can only speak for myself. Do you feel it's a choice?
No, I feel it isn't a choice at all. And what I've experienced, I used to work with a girl, and there was a situation to where the question was, I have my brother is 6, and my little brother is 6, and the question was asked, I wonder if he's teaching him to be gay.
Can you teach that?
What? And I said that, and I started to go off, but I kind of gathered myself. One, you can't. Well, I can't really say that, but I feel like you can't really teach a child to be gay. One, and why would I even want to teach my brother to live a lifestyle that I face so much hurt and pain and suffering and cried and have so much, going through so many things just because of who I am? Why would I want my brother, who I love, to go through that? One, like, why would I do that? And so no, I don't believe that you can, just wash it away, or it's a choice. I don't believe that at all. And even as a child, I knew that already.
Do you think it's a choice to be gay?
No, I don't think it's a choice to be gay. I do think that for some people, they can choose not to act upon their gayness. And I think that there's a lot of celebrities and other people who have made that decision. But you see a hot guy walk by and you see them eyes follow that booty walking by. And I think that we as black men confuse the straight world. because we have the down lows, we have the this and the that and the this. Black gay men have children. Hector has kids. I ran into a girl the other day who was at children. I ran into a stud the other day who was 5 months pregnant. And what? Yes. And she's a beautiful girl. She's a beautiful girl, and I'm really, really happy for her. But it does mean I'm not worried.
Do you think it's a choice, man?
I don't think it's a choice. I think it's in you. You just have to hone into what's naturally already there instead of fighting it. I can honestly say I've had many of days where, and I was a big church boy. I'm still a church boy. No, honestly, when I really started feeling it fully, I would literally sit in the choir stand crying, and my godmother and my god sister both caught me crying, just booing, like, what's wrong? Why are you crying? I was like, I'm okay. Now that I've accepted it, I've accepted who I am. Now I know that I am who I am, and I can make my future be so much brighter outside of being gay. Being gay is just one part, right? But I have a life I want to live. I can still have kids if I want to. I can adopt. I'm not gonna get a girl pregnant because I ain't got time for child support.
Bye. See, you know what?
I ain't got time for it. Nope.
To go back to what we were talking about earlier, when I was a baby gay, that's what I call it, baby gay, in my early 20s, I did not want to be gay. I was gay, and I talked to my mom when I was 17. I wanted to be straight. If you asked me that question when I was in my early 20s, yes, I would be straight in a heartbeat. Only because in my mind, I thought life would be easier.
Yes.
That's the only reason.
Like that.
It's not because I didn't love myself or I didn't accept who I was. It was for other people. So when you read the Bible for yourself, and you read all of Leviticus and all that stuff,
come on.
That's a good story.
Yeah, I was about to say I would chime into that, but that'll be another hour long.
You want to do what? I want to chime in on the question. As far as washing gay away, I think that you are born gay. But as far as what you're saying, that is
you said aren't or are?
You are born gay.
You're born who you are.
I think you're born gay. But to go on what Hector say, that is ignorance. I don't think it's too much of ignorance. I think it's more of when you say something is a choice, then you can justify that you can get rid of it. It's not more them saying ignorance, it's more them being able to justify, oh, this is not right, it's wrong. It has, if they say there's a choice, you understand, if you have a choice, you can choose the other way. So I think it's more of saying it's a choice, so it can be like, okay, well, you chose the wrong choice. You need to get on the right side of the track. Right. And then as far as Wes said, actually, I enjoy hanging with straight people. I have a lot of straight friends, especially back home, my straight male friends, and I don't know my experience in college, I was always me. I never had to say, oh, I was straight or act anything. I would take my straight friends to the club with me. They would enjoy finding lesbians there. If I have problems, I could talk to them about what to do. And a lot of times, they'd be like, well, you want me to go beat them up or something like that. Like, they are really my brothers, and I really enjoy their company. And something that they don't understand, I can help them understand something, we can help each other. And I think sometimes as gay people, we feel like we can't be with other groups of people. Right. Yes, people do bash people, but sometimes you have to step outside your box and be able to go places and enjoy yourself. And it's not, you can learn something from anybody. You gotta be able to filter the bullshit to get to the goal. You can learn something from the person on the street. You can learn something from the homeless person. You can learn something from the drug dealer. You can learn something from everybody. But I think sometimes we push people away, and a lot of gay people push straight people away, when actually it's to the lines that should be built in order to make things happen. To open the eyes. In the 70s, if it wasn't for white people helping black people, we wouldn't have some of the things we have today, because white people had the power. And you had to work together in order to bring about change. So I think Like I said, we need to work together. Not saying that every straight person is going to be cool, but some straight people out there, they really don't care.
So let me ask you. One of the straight dudes talked to me about one of the clearly gay dudes, and he was like, what did he say? He said that's why gay men don't know how to be men. Oh. He said when they grow up in their house, they don't have the privilege to learn what it is to be a man. And he said that's the reason why he acts the way that he acts. He was like, I don't want him sitting next to me. He smells like berries. Why does he smell like berries? I don't understand. And then he said, I don't understand why the gays act the way he.
We moved on to the next segment.
No, we about to right now.
We still gotta say what I need to say first.
We about to right now. We about to right now. We about to right now.
Can you play a game to ease the ice or something?
This is a good topic.
No, it's a great topic. But real quick. My train of thought, I lost it.
You lost it.
The train went by. I had the ticket, I paid and everything.
But boy at work.
Yes.
Those comments.
But it's and so my question was, how in this world honestly I really don't care, but this is for a question somebody out there that may have gone through what they're going through, because I don't give a fuck about this guy. I don't really care about him. I'm just going to work to do my thing. But my question is, how do I go from hearing how he feels about people like me to then going and say, well, bruh, let me tell you, I think you got a fat ass and I want to grab it right now.
Who's going to say that?
I wouldn't say that. So what I'm saying is, how do I go from hearing how he feels about gay people to saying, well, indeed, I'm actually
I'm going to say everybody is not a charity case for you to work on. Some people just let them be the way they are and move it on. I would say normally in situations like that, normally
TC uses that whipped cream for Dwayne. You better make sure there's no residue on the tip of that whipped cream.
First of all, Wesley Henderson, you stay out my bedroom.
Ooh. First thing, last thing.
Yeah. Let's not do the 5 W's again, please.
There's nothing to put out to the world. Thank you.
Let's not do the 5 W's again, please. What happened? Right.
What we at?
About that.
No, what I was saying.
Oh, you want to say?
They about to. Look.
What happened, Dwayne?
I just want to say one thing.
Get it out, Dwayne.
You gotta get it.
Go ahead, Dwayne. Get it out.
Shit, I forgot what I wanted to say, but I'm finna say this though.
Say it.
I was gonna say that it's so easy for heterosexual people to talk about what they don't like about gay people, but as soon as somebody else talk about their race, it's an issue. Now, race is not a choice. You know what I'm saying? You're born into this. This is a part of who you are versus your lifestyle, which is something that, like I said, to straight people, man, I can't stand it when I was a gay. Blah, blah, blah. So if you don't want it to be done to you, why is it so easy for you to do it to the next person?
That's
especially if it's something that,
That's black
My
people.
thing is that I feel that we want all the change, but individually we're not willing to make the sacrifices to educate those to make the change. I think that, not saying that, but that opportunity was, but I think that opportunity with the girl at your job, and she started preaching to you about gays and all this stuff, I think that would have been the opportunity to try to make the attempt to change that one person in.
And let me just say this.
It is your duty. How do you want change, but you're not willing to make the change?
No, but you got to think.
You can't expect me to talk to everybody in the world on train.
I want you to think about one situation. See, all right, let me just say this real quick. Right, this is a long ass video. I know. Let me just say this. The new place that I work, okay, it's very difficult for me to instill change when 80% of the people are like her. And so when you work in that atmosphere, it's either you fit the mold or they clean the mold off. And that's, and I'm not saying that that's how it has to be, but that's what's portrayed. And by no means am I, whatever, hey, at work. That's not me regularly, okay?
Only on camera.
Right, only on camera, right. That's how I got some of the numbers I got. But we're not gonna go there. But that's not me naturally, so I don't have to worry about it, honestly. But at the same time, when I hear those thoughts and those opinions about these people that are haphazardly just laughing with me about something that has nothing to do with sexuality, and then we go there, it becomes a problem for me. It's like, oh wow,
Well,
wow,
let me
that's
give you-
really how
let
you
me give you
feel.
2
But
pointers.
only if you knew that you were laughing and real cool and wanted to make homemade macaroni and cheese for someone that is what you're, you know what I'm saying? So it's just like, I just don't feel that I want to deal
Well, you
with
see, in a
that.
situation
But
like
in
that,
my-
that's when you break their face and you tell them.
but that's what I'm saying. It's in a situation where I'm getting paid to act accordingly. Now, if we were in a personal setting, if we were at, if I met this girl at your house or if I met this girl out on the street, then yes, I would give her a piece of my mind and say, hey, you know what? You need to chill out. But in a work setting when I'm on payroll and I don't control the building that I'm sitting in, then yes, I have to really think about the consequences of my actions. Because if I let her have a piece of my mind, come on now.
You should really pull her to the side and say, I don't feel comfortable with things that you're talking about in a work setting.
It doesn't bother me.
This goes, clearly it does.
No, I brought it up for them. I said that. When I approached him with the question, I brought it up for them.
Alone,
because you said that you thought you said this was someone you could be real cool with until she made
No.
No.
It's not that deep. I promise you, it's not that deep.
Can I
I
just
don't
say 2 things real quick?
I don't want to call her to go out to the movies. No, it's not that deep. At the end of the day, I'm just stating what people go through on a regular basis.
And what
I can deal with it because I've been in the work field since I was 17.
You can't keep pushing people like that away. Sometimes it's a room for education. Normally, when I had a situation like that,
she's 65 years old, I can
but listen,
educate her.
the first situation the first situation I had when someone was like, "Oh, gay people this," I said, "Well, what does it matter to your personal environment that someone's gay?" And generally, they don't have nothing to say. It doesn't matter to them. The second question is, yes, you're in a work environment. You have to be professional. Just say, let's go for drinks, and then we can have that discussion.
I don't care about that.
No, I'm just saying, you do care
I'm
about
not getting paid to drink with her at the bar. I'm getting paid to.
So that's why I want to say, you know, you should pull her to the side and say, hey,
Everybody at your job knows you're gay?
No, I don't make it public.
Okay,
That's none of their business.
Right, everybody at my job knows I'm gay.
Nobody in my job knows that I'm gay.
Well, you gotta work with weird
But what does that mean? I don't get it. So what?
But
Everybody at my job knows I'm gay.
I really think we're in a time.
I'm just saying.
Honestly,
What you're not gonna do though? What you're not gonna do? What you're not gonna do?
Everyone in my job, including my customers, know I'm gay because of my conversation.
And that's fine. No, but that's fine though. That works for
And
you.
that changed stereotypes.
Listen, everybody.
When you have a mask
No, but listen.
it helps.
Hold on, real quick, and then we'll end the video.
Yes, please.
Okay. There's a time and a place for everything.
Yes, it is.
I work a part-time at a retail store. That retail store is 75% gay.
How about say retail gay?
Right. But no, that retail store is 75% gay. I'm not gonna put it out there.
we just narrowed it down. We know which one.
Right. So there's a time and a place for everything. Then you go to a corporate setting. Hold on. Then you go to a corporate setting where you don't get that vibe at all. I mean, come on now. I know when's the time and place.
But let me say something. He asked me the question first, and I never got answer.
Okay.
So
then
let me
we're gonna
say
close
this,
the video.
because I work in a corporate job, and it is hard. Honestly, while a lot of gay people leave corporate jobs and go do other things, and go to maybe, I'm not gonna stereotype.
McDonald's.
No, not McDonald's. They just do other jobs that are more for
Call centers.
just other stuff that's more accepting of their sexuality. It is so hard, and it's something I talk to every day. It's so hard going to work every day, dressed up, and people say stuff. And if you report them, something may or may not happen. If someone say, "Oh, I don't like gay people," it'd be like they may get a slap on the wrist. But it is hard, really, being in corporate America. But you still have to keep going. You may find an alliance. Some people may not work with you. Some people may not. Some people may still hate you in the end, call you all these type of faggots and everything. But you still have to push forward and make change with the people who you can make change.
I mean,
I work somewhere, and some people do know, some people don't know, some people assume. Really, none of their damn business, because none of them pay my bills.
Right.
But you still have to you have to try. I really feel like sometimes you don't try from what you're saying, and then sometimes, as far as not wanting to go to straight events.
And
it's
for
just
someone
like,
who's such
I don't
an
get that.
advocate.
No, you're being literal. Don't be literal. And I think that's what happened with a lot of those people that left those nasty comments. They were being
No, I'm
literal.
not being literal.
You gotta read in between the lines. Read in between the lines. Okay.
But I'm not saying she's a chance for education, but it may be other people who you have missed.
Right, and if I see see that, I will
You take that.
give them my time, but I'm not going to waste my time on a minute mind. I'm just not going to do that. Okay, because at the end of the day, hold on, let me finish, because he addressed me. At the end of the day, I feel that when you get to a point of understanding the full scope of life, and you've actually gone through enough to know what life is, because life is not based on the number of years that you've been on this earth. Life is based on the experiences that you've gone through. Okay. So if all you know is one particular lifestyle, there's no communication that we're gonna have, because I'm not gonna waste my time. I'm not gonna waste my time. And the way she addressed the situation, I already knew
but this is what
that it would be a waste of
the
time.
fact that she was able to open her mouth in that conversation with you, she assumed that you're straight. So if you can show her that I'm gay and I'm still a nice person, I'm still a good person, then you can give her the opportunity to maybe say, oh, you cool. I just feel like sometimes, not every time, but she assumed that you were straight, and we know that that's incorrect. But she assumed that you were.
You ain't gotta try to read.
No, I'm not reading. I'm just saying she assumed that you were straight. So you say,
I mean, even if you say, I have a lot of gay friends, and they not even putting yourself out there, but say, I have gay friends, and they are really cool. So I agree to disagree with you. And
that's fine.
Sometimes you have to meet somebody at a medium to really get their attention.
No, I agree. But I'm not gonna call. See, this is the whole point of Culture Club. We have difference of opinions, right? I'm not gonna call anybody a coon because they have a difference of opinion.
You really didn't like that word, did you?
No,
that's a strong word.
That's a strong word.
Yes.
That's a really strong word.
Yes, and I want to let me say something.
Okay, go ahead.
That same person that used the word coon probably uses the word nigga. So reverse it.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Ooh, you got froze.
I want to thank y'all so much for tuning in to Culture Clubb. This has been a great episode of great topics. I'm sure we'll get great comments and negative comments. Yes, we will. But definitely tune in. Everybody's information is below as far as you getting in contact with these individuals. If you want people to be your mentor, like Tehran, you've already contacted him before. Let it happen again. Do you?
No, I don't mind.
Okay.
You're a sponsor?
Right. Mentor. But thank you so much for watching, and you guys have a great night.
Good night.
All right.
Before we started, just introducing extra things.
Okay. So this is completely like your site. Like it's not ran through a third party.
No.
This is your site, launched by you.
It's launched by me, created by me.
And you have actual
Atomic Beats. Break lights in the